out of body experience.
Oh yeah.
All right, 3, 2, 1. Welcome to Three Idiots. Yeah.
100th episode, baby.
100 episode. Welcome to Three Idiots Talk
Nyeh,
Sports.
nyeh, 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 nyeh.
I'm Zach. We're here with Spencer and Jay. Boy, it's happy 100.
100th episode.
Yeah. We're finally here at 100 episodes. It's been a long time coming. May was it? Yeah, it was May. COVID time.
It's like 2021, right?
E
Or was it 2020?
It was 2020 because I was
Yeah, it was
sick with
2020
COVID,
because you were sick.
and I was like, "Hey guys, you just want to start a podcast?"
You're like, I'm locked in my room for 2 weeks. Help me.
Yeah, because I remember I have always like brought up the idea of doing it, and I'm like, all right, yeah, let's.
Yeah, you'd floated it around for a while, and then we just kind of were like, all right, fine.
Why not? Yeah, because I had nothing else better to do. We did it on my laptop. Remember, we uploaded it to SoundCloud like a weirdo.
Yeah. It
You
was
know,
pretty ghetto at the start, but
it was very. Which I mean, you gotta start from somewhere. But
and now we're world famous.
And now we're world famous. um, yeah, cool. Good for us.
And by world famous,
things.
I mean our own little world.
Yeah, right. Jay, I want to ask both you guys. Jay? Sorry, to you, Jay. What's your favorite moment? Can you remember from our podcast?
The one time when we were when all three of us were recording in your apartment and half the episode had to get edited out.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah,
yeah. I do.
That was a good one.
Yeah,
that was the NBA draft.
It was.
Yeah, it was.
It was. I think we got so.
And the listeners heard maybe like 30% of what we said that night.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was. You probably had. That was probably the hardest you've worked on one of our podcasts.
It was so bad. Yeah, a lot of the episodes were very, very long.
That one wasn't even long. I think a lot of it was me and Spencer said a lot of things.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that was the one. Yeah, I remember. That was the one where I asked if you were. Why would you want to play in the South? Yeah.
Yeah. And
I wasn't wrong.
I think it was. I think we had almost 2 hours of footage or hours. Yeah, hours of footage because we were recording at the time, and I had to edit it. Yeah, so I remember that. And I remember a black piece of paper on that poster or on that painting.
Yeah,
that was.
Yeah, it was that symbol.
Yeah, I forgot that was there.
And you were like, I'm gonna have to blur that out.
I know. My wife's like, that's not what it's for. We will at the time.
Try to explain to people why you guys have a symbol of that on your wall.
Yeah. I know. It's a Billy Joel song. If people are probably gonna go back and look at the video on YouTube,
we didn't start the fire.
Yeah, it's from that song. So it's a very awesome. What is it called? Mosaic.
A mosaic.
Yeah. Excuse me. So it was pretty cool. Spencer, what about you there?
That one's up there.
Yeah.
Oh man, I don't know. Probably just all the times where we've gotten sidetracked or
that happens like every other episode though.
Yeah, like and just we'll talk about something and end up talking about something that doesn't even have to do with sports.
Mm-hmm.
Or
like a life conversation.
when Dip's just like, I remember the one time you just said, hey, I just stopped recording because of what you were saying. And I'm like, oh.
Spencer, yeah, you were definitely a hot take guy. You know, you were the hot take guy.
I'm gonna hot take.
You were for sure the hot take. Which, I mean, you need a hot take guy here. And
you started as the hot take guy.
I did. I think that's by far my favorite moment. Will be the 13-3, the Denver Broncos going 13-3. I was very keen on them going 13-3.
You were very high on them, yes.
I was, and then I still to this day, 2 years later, or yeah, 2 seasons later, I still don't. You guys still, get on my bust my balls for that. So,
that's why we'll probably slow down now because you did say that you won't jump on the bandwagon for Russ.
Now that they actually traded for Russell Wilson.
Yeah, right? No. I wish
this team could go 13 or 14-3, 13-4.
You think so?
Oh yeah, they have the talent.
Oh, I think this one could challenge for the playoffs for sure.
I mean, are they not better than Kansas City?
I think the Chargers are going to win that division. I think Denver is going to be second, and I think Kansas City is going to either tie for second or be really close in third. I have to see Kansas City without Tyreek Hill.
Plus, Kansas City's had not slow starts to seasons, but just seemingly uninterested in the middle of the season,
which is really random.
Don't know. No, I don't. Okay, so Kansas City, where do they fall now in there? Are they the third best team in that division now? Just because they lost?
No, Tyreek
Hill.
They still have the best. They still have the best quarterback. So to me, that means they're still the best team. But I mean, they're gonna have to compete for it.
Yeah.
If they don't, they can easily find themselves in third if Las Vegas or LA can get their shit together.
Right. I like the Chargers a lot.
I don't know. I like the Chargers, but are they not?
Every time I like the Chargers, they disappoint me.
Yeah, they choke.
Like the Chargers,
they're like the Cardinals.
It's a tale as old as time. They're always one of the best teams in the league on paper, and then they underperform. It's been like that all dating back to the Drew Brees days.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know, man. Herbert's a generational talent. That offensive line got better. If they can draft someone and plug him in there to be a guy or go get another weapon, they short up the defensive line. They got Khalil Mack. Asante Samuel Jr. had a good rookie year. I like him.
So just getting Khalil Mack in general kind of pushed them to that point now where they
Khalil Mack does that for a lot of defense.
Well, of course, it's Khalil Mack. I mean, you gotta be dumb if you don't think Khalil Mack's gonna make a massive impact on your team. But
right,
what do you call him, Spencer? Or what's his Sherbert? Orange
Orange Herbert.
Yeah, I mean, do you think he's got what it takes to
Justin Herbert
make a deep playoff run? Or
yeah, I do. I mean, if the Chargers got into the playoffs, I think they could have made some noise, but obviously they didn't beat the what's their nuts. So
yeah.
So I can't talk. Didn't beat the what's their nuts.
Yeah, that's the team. That's the team we're looking for.
Yeah, dude. Spencer speaks English.
It is what it is. So okay. Well, we got sidetracked. But anyway, welcome to the pod. Welcome to the 100th episode. So happy that we have our fans here. Thank you to everybody that's been listening since day one. You are the realest. We appreciate you guys so much. Go to lifefuels.com, use the code 3idiots. That's the number 3 idiots. Get 15% off your entire purchase at lifefuels.com. We appreciate it so much. I mean, just the love and support that you guys shown over 2 seasons now. This is the end of season 2. Is fantastic. So we thank you. Thank you guys so much.
And for that,
yeah,
we thank you.
And that we thank you. All right. With all that, oh yeah, go to our socials. Not too. Social 3 is Talk Sports. But a lot of news has been going on. Welcome back, Tiger Woods. By the way, welcome back, Tiger.
My mom hates Tiger Woods, but I do not. I love Tiger.
Mean,
and when you're that big of a superstar, you're going to be surrounded with some controversy. So,
I love Tiger. I can't. There's nothing that can go wrong. Nothing that goes wrong with Tiger.
You mean like when he was cheating on his girlfriend?
His wife.
His wife.
Oh yes, his wife. Even worse. Yeah, nothing can go wrong with him, right?
Yeah. Well, we don't talk about that. We talk about his car accident, and then now he's a hero because
we don't talk about that.
Because
we don't talk about
the
that.
bad things.
Wasn't he intoxicated for this? Or no? How did the car crash go down?
I don't remember. They said speed was a factor, but he was not intoxicated.
Speeding, but I don't think he was. Yeah.
Okay. All right. All I remember,
didn't he hit like a curve or something and kind of flew off of it?
Yeah, he was going too fast around a curve, and I think he went off the ledge.
They said he was never gonna be able to pick up a club and play in a tournament ever again. I mean, it was that deep.
Yeah, it was not looking great for old T-Bone.
I mean, Tiger came out today at Augusta at the Masters, and he won under par, shot at 69, I think. So he was 69 or 68.
Nice.
Nice, yeah. So I mean, good for you, Tiger. Welcome back there, but everybody's eyes were on Tiger that whole day. Like it didn't matter, but overall, it was fun. We saw the guy that he's in a group with. I can't remember how to say his name.
Oosthuizen?
No, the other one. Joaquin. Something.
The guy that's in first.
Yeah, well, he's like second or third, but Joaquin, he's.
Oh no, it's the South Korean guy's in first.
Yeah, right, and he's the Joaquin is from Chile.
Joaquin Neiman.
Yes, Neiman. Yeah. So he had a beautiful eagle from I think 170 yards out or something like that. So it's pretty sweet.
I was watching a Pat McAfee video.
Yeah. And
they were talking to Peter Schrager, and Schrager's talking about Jordan Davis, and Pat McAfee goes, "Holy shit, Tiger almost hit a hole in one."
Yeah. Yeah, they were watching it during the episode, yeah.
I was like, "Oh my god, Pat."
Yeah. They had money they had money on they had a massive thing going on in what's it called? What is Sportsbook? FanDuel.
FanDuel.
Yeah.
Hey, DraftKings had a pretty good thing. It said if Tiger withdraws, you get your money back on a bet. And if the bet was you had to bet on him to finish top 5, 10, or win. So I put $15 on him to win. Mm-hmm. If he wins, I get paid out like $780. And if he withdraws for some reason, I just get my money back.
They are saying that he might have a chance to withdraw. So, I mean, you could see it. You could see it when he was walking. I mean, yeah, it's gonna bother him. Dude just had massive surgery. You got
to think all that shit happened it was 13 months ago. So
yeah, for sure. But yeah, well,
I would also like to say I need John Rahm to get his shit together.
Who?
John
Why?
Rahm.
How much money you put money on? You put money on?
They boosted him to finish top 5 to plus 450. I put like $10, $15, something like that on it. So
I put sorry guys, Tiger shot a 71, which is still good. He's 1 under.
He's 1 under, yeah.
Yeah. So good for you. I think Joaquin shot a 69 or 8 or something like that. But opening day, the Pirates still stink. Were you surprised, Spencer, that they got their ass handed to?
Who'd they play?
Cardinals? They played the Cardinals. They lost 9.
No. St. Louis is going to be in the hunt for the division.
You think so?
If they're not the favorite, well,
you think
the favorite
farewell tour is going to help?
Milwaukee. Do I think Pujols will help? Not really. I think he's just there as a send off because it's his last year. Also, he's kind of a dick as a person. So,
all right, boys, let's a little thing here. Next week we're gonna have a special guest, massive baseball fan, very close friends of ours. I went to school.
Does his name rhyme with ham?
Yes, it does. It does rhyme with ham.
Let's go.
Our best buddy Cam Hendrickson is going to join us in the pod. We're super excited to have him next week. Massive baseball fan. Him and Spencer are going to have a good conversation. We do have a couple fan questions regarding the Tigers, so I'm going to keep that until next week. But I do have one question.
Keep that to next week when opening day is literally tomorrow.
That's why I do have questions about Tigers right now. A couple questions regarding the Tigers opening day. Tomorrow or next week's questions are regarding like the season and a couple years. The what kind of future stuff. But Spencer, with opening day and Jay, you too. What do you guys think that the chance the Tigers are making a playoff appearance with this opening day lineup? Do you guys like the opening day lineup? I've
been saying since like December during the winter meetings that they were going to make the playoffs. So,
Jay,
actually, not the winter meetings. Ever since they signed Javi,
I definitely think they'll be challenging for a wild card.
Mm-hmm. Interesting wild card. Spencer, you're saying wild card as well, right?
Yeah. I think the White Sox are still really young and really good, so I would say the Tigers get a wild card. I don't see that. Like, they won 77 games last year, and all these projections from these professionals have them winning. What in the fuck was it? Like 74 games. Like, where are you getting this shit from? Like, these guys were played way better than they should have last year. So
they played a lot, but like they got that hot start. That's what helped them a lot. That hot start. Yeah. But oh man, it's gonna be interesting to see what we do, about how we perform. Do you think Torkelson? This is a question I want to hear, like a little teaser here for now. I want to ask Cameron next week, but do you think Torkelson is ready to shine?
I don't think he'd be up if he wasn't.
I mean, I don't know if he's going to be an instant superstar, but if he starts slow, I don't think it'll take him that long to get acclimated. He's super talented.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. All right. Interesting. Baseball is back. I'm excited. I'm glad they could come to an agreement and get opening day here. Are we late for opening day, or are we right on time? We're late, aren't we?
We're late. It was supposed to start a week ago.
Was it a week ago? Okay, so that's not bad.
It was either March 31st or April 1st.
Okay, that's not bad. Not bad. Guys, question: are the Lakers dead?
Yes.
Well, yeah, they're not making the playoffs.
So. I mean, what?
They were dead when they tried to trade for Russell Westbrook.
I people remember in the beginning of the season. I mean, guys in ESPN were like, these guys, I know they have an older roster, but these guys are veterans and they know what it takes to get to the championship game.
No, what they saw was a bunch of names and this team should be good on paper.
Yeah. But 6 or 7 years ago. What are you saying, Jay?
Your best player's Anthony Davis, and he gets hurt a lot.
Mm-hmm.
LeBron's not what he was, and he has issues staying healthy. He has since he joined the Lakers. And you picked up Brick City as your point guard. So, yeah.
Brick City.
One
of the worst shooting point guards of all time.
Yeah.
I saw something on ESPN. I think this is just a filler because the Lakers didn't make the playoffs. But Jay Williams said that this Lakers team was the most disappointing team of the whole franchise. Like, I don't agree with that.
Why
because
it's disappointing. I don't know who had expectations for them to win anything.
Everybody
this
did.
Year.
Everybody did. Everybody had expectations that these guys would get in the playoffs and have a deep playoff.
Nobody was putting them over Phoenix or hell, even the other team in LA, the Clippers or Utah.
No, I mean they were there. I think what I remember
it was ESPN hyping them up because
exactly.
ESPN is ESPN and that's how they make money.
Exactly.
Is hyping up New York and LA.
Yeah, and now that LA is not in the playoffs, it's the people they're not in the NBA playoffs. They're going
to get the ratings pit of Milwaukee and Phoenix again.
Yeah. I mean, I do like that though. I do like that. Jay, how do you feel about the Pistons? How they finished? How they're going to finish the year out? I mean,
keep losing.
Yeah, we want that. We want the number one pick, please.
You're not going to get number one.
2?
You're trying to say 3, and you don't know it's a lottery. But you're trying to do your damnedest to stay in the bottom 3.
Spencer's a lottery reel.
Huh? Your lottery's real. It's just bullshit.
They didn't fake it. I guarantee you they did not fake it for the Pistons last year.
True.
No, see that, and that's why I have hope again. Like I have hope. But like, okay, they would have never just given it to the Pistons. Yeah, they never would have just given it to the Pistons. So
I just don't like the lottery system. I know it's supposed to.
It's stupid. It doesn't stop tanking. Look at what the Thunder are doing. They're sitting their G League players because they're playing too good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They're benching Jeff Jackson.
Yeah, Xavier Simpson goes out there and almost scores a triple-double, and now he's sick, like the rest of the team.
Yep.
Hilarious.
Just fuck it. It's just dumb.
Now this is one of the things, like, I don't mind. I hate the lottery system, and I don't even mind taking but when you're this blatantly obvious, this is when I think you should start being fined. Because this is absolutely ridiculous.
What would you be fined? I mean, there's only 2. You have 2 rounds and stuff. Would you be fined just a lot of money, or?
It would be money that goes against the cap, and then after that, if they keep doing it, I would take them. Like if they got a top 3, I'd be knocking them back to like top 5 or top 7.
Okay, so kind of push your picks back if they keep doing it.
Yeah, and then you have Anthony Silver out saying yesterday, crying, "Oh, our stars don't play enough." Yeah, you let your stars run the league.
Yeah,
and then you let your teams that have good players, like the Thunder have potentially one of the best young players in the NBA with I don't know how to say his name.
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Yes.
Yeah, he's awesome. I like
one of the best young players in the NBA, but
also Josh Giddey.
He hasn't played they haven't played in like 2 weeks.
But Josh Giddey's hurt, in fairness to that one.
Yeah, Giddey is hurt. But like you haven't seen him in 2 weeks because they're trying to tank. I think that should be punishable.
Hey, Sam Presti's a genius, all right?
Apparently not. He hasn't gotten the top pick yet.
True.
Interesting.
That's why I'm gonna laugh my ass off if the Pistons finish 3 and the Thunder finish 4. And for people who don't watch basketball, top 3 is relevant because the bottom 3 teams have the same percentage chance of picking number 1.
Yep.
So right now would be the Pistons, I think the Magic and the Rockets again.
I honestly, I think the perfect scenario for the Pistons is number 2.
Anywhere in the top 3 is good for Detroit.
Because at number 2, that way, like I don't want Chet Holmgren. I really don't.
You don't think he's worth?
You
don't like him?
Want to stretch 7-footer?
Yeah, you don't like that.
I don't. He's okay. I feel like he's gonna get bullied in the NBA. That motherfucker is built like a junior string bean.
Yeah, that's why you have a professional weight room.
Don't you think you bulk him up? He could be dangerous.
How much can you bulk him up though? Everyone said, "Oh, they're gonna bulk KD up." He never bulked up.
Took him a while.
KD didn't even need to though.
True. I mean, just if it's me, I'd rather have a guy like Paolo Banchero.
No, yes, baby. Number 1, it's got to be Holmgren.
No, I mean, I don't want to. I mean, if they're like number 2, I think I'd take either Jabari Smith or Banchero. If they're number 3, I think the top 2 picks are going to be Smith and Holmgren, and then you're sitting at 3 and you're thinking, all right, do I want Banchero or do I want Jaden Ivey? And I think you take Banchero. Even though he played for that bastard at Duke.
Hey! Watch your mouth. What is it? He is a saint.
He
can keep his liver spotted hands off of my player. Geriatric fuck.
I won't even like him, even if it's a fire.
I'm not going to call him dad ever. Back on track, but yeah, I think Paolo Banchero's skill set fits what the Pistons need right now.
I do love Banchero's just step up shoot, like just boom. He's lights, and he's lights out too from behind the 3. Not saying that's what he'll.
But statistically, this year he wasn't. He was like a 32% 3-point shooter this year.
Yeah, he was kind of off and on with the threes, and they said that's one of the things he has to improve on. But it was like during the Final Four game.
And are you sure you want to put that with Cade, who this year's like a 31% 3-point shooter?
I'm not sure we don't want that.
I think it'd be all right.
I think and that's the problem with like Banchero didn't go down low a lot. That's what cost us a lot in the season. Like Banchero is how tall?
6'9",
6'10", 6'9", 6'10". The dude needs to be down there, bodying people. He's a strong mother trucker, dude. So he needs to be down there. But he's just not. He's playing this generation of basketball where you have a guy like Spencer where he's a big white boy, should go down low and body people, but he likes to shoot threes.
Hey, I had a silky smooth jumper.
So I mean, I want Banchero. I think you're right, Spencer. I think he's a perfect fit for the Pistons. I think Casey will get him just right. But I do see Banchero, if we don't have the second pick, I think he'll be gone at if we have the third pick, I don't think he's going to be there at 1 or 2, at 3, because I think he's taking either 1 or 2.
I don't think he goes 1 or 2. I think it's Holmgren and Banchero, or Holmgren and Jabari Smith. Unless one of the teams in the top 2 loves him, then they might. But I think right now it's interchangeable between Smith and Holmgren, and then I think it's Banchero's your clear 3, and then 4 and beyond you're kind of. I think Jaden Ivey's probably the 4th best player in the draft. And after that, you're probably looking at like a Jalen Duren, something like that.
Yeah, interesting. All right, I mean, it's gonna be interesting to see how because we still got the combines or the combine. Yeah, I saw all that stuff to go, so we'll see how everybody performs there. Right. Did you guys see that video of that football player? I think it's the Canadian Football League guy did a backflip while holding a barbell.
Yes, I did see that.
Insane.
That was pretty sick.
Dangerous also. But okay, I do want to talk about a little bit about basketball, the college basketball. Congratulations, Spencer, on your national title, Kansas. Congratulations, Rock Chalk Jayhawk.
I mean, I didn't do anything, but it's nice to have another team to root for sometimes.
Yeah. That game though was a great game.
It was. Halftime. Well, they played really well up until about the 10-minute mark, and then Carolina just said "fuck you" and took over. So yeah, it was just kind of like they started off hot, couldn't make a shot after that, and I'm like, well, this is not great. And then my mom was sitting there. My mom and my grandma were digging their grave, and I just said, look, if you got to believe Bill Self is a good coach, they're a very sound basketball team. If they can get out in transition and they play defense, they can get back in it. And then when they scored, I think it was 3 straight layups to start the second half. I'm like, yeah, they're going to get back in this thing. Now,
do you think I thought I saw on Twitter. Let's say it was Roy Williams there instead of Hubert Davis. Does that make a difference, Spencer? Do you think UNC can hold on to that lead, or do you just think Kansas was just got it going at the right
Williams,
time?
They might not even make the championship game.
Oh,
yeah. Hubert Davis, I give him a lot of credit. He brings a lot of energy to that team.
Yeah,
he's a guy that he was kind of unknown. No one really knew how he'd do taking over, and then the regular season happened, and they were really inconsistent, kind of like Michigan was this year. And everyone's like,
they were inconsistent 'cause they only had like 6 losses. They just had a pretty easy schedule.
Yeah, and then they had a couple of really bad losses that kind of hurt their resume. But no, I mean, like, he turns out he can coach ball a little bit. So
yeah, I do like his how good he is with the players. I think that helps tremendously.
But if Roy Williams was there, I don't think it would have mattered. Maybe a little bit, but
you know what? I think Roy Williams is running that program still. Got his hands up the puppet. I think.
I mean,
no way.
I'm sure if he asks for help, I'm sure he does.
But, yeah.
I don't think he's puppeteering Hubert Davis.
No? Okay.
No. Also,
Not
Pistons,
like...
if you can, please draft Caleb Love in the second round.
If you think he stays till the second round.
Hey man, he was undrafted going into the tournament. So, or he was like mid-second round. Now he might have played himself into a late first. But I do like Caleb Love, and the Pistons need a point guard.
What?
I do not agree with that. They've got 2 already.
I don't believe in Killian.
Have you not watched what he's been doing?
Yeah,
the past month and a half?
He's
been insane.
So well.
Talk to me when he shoots threes.
Oh gosh.
Okay, that's like saying talk to me when Cade Cunningham shoots threes.
Yeah.
The only point guard that I remember that's been the only point guards that have been great without shooting threes well that I can remember in recent history are Rajon Rondo and Russell Westbrook. That's
Chris
it.
Paul too.
Chris Paul can shoot threes though.
You don't need a great 3-point shooter though.
Yeah, but when you have a point guard that can shoot threes, it spaces the floor.
Yeah, but look at what they use Killian Hayes to do. He's a passer.
True.
He's not a focal point of your offense. Right now it's Cade, and when he was healthy, it was Bagley.
Yeah.
Then you have Sadiq Bey as your floor stretcher and your third option.
All right, fine. I'll give Killian some more time.
Yeah, give him time. I mean, that's why I was like, when I saw all over Twitter, people were like, Killian's garbage. I'm like, dude, let this kid develop.
I mean, I keep forgetting too. He's like 19 years old.
Exactly.
So. Right. He was like one of the youngest players in his draft class.
Yeah, it's true.
Give it time. It's gonna work out, I think.
If any player ever hears this podcast, I don't hate you personally.
Kind of sounds like it.
I just have opinions.
Yeah, kind of.
Sometimes they're bad.
Are you gonna be like Skip Bayless then, Spencer, or what?
No, God, Skip can just dig his own grave.
Yeah.
I hate Skip Bayless.
All right, let's talk a little bit of NFL news.
If there's any Skip Bayless of this podcast, it'd be you.
Me?
Yes.
Yeah, I agree with that actually. Yeah, I agree with that.
Any skippers?
Yeah, no, I'm just dippers. Hey. No, but yeah, but we got about 8 minutes left before our break here. Remember, go to lifefields.com, get the code 3idiots, get 15% off your entire purchase. Head over to Embrace the Journey's social medias. Get an order. Some those shirts are dope. The clothes that they're offering, Embrace the Journey. Look them up. Shout out to Judah. He's my dog. Shout out to him. They got a good thing going on. He is the
dog. The big bad dog.
Oh, can we sing that? Can we play that for Cameron?
It's like his WWE intro.
Yeah. Okay, so a little bit of news here in the NFL. The Bills and Diggs reach a $104 million extension, 4 years. He's worth every penny. $70 million guaranteed. Could reach up to 104. Congratulations, Stephen Diggs. That's fantastic. Getting all them bags.
Did he deserve every penny though?
I think so. I think so for sure. The fact that he's still second behind Tyreek Hill with most guaranteed money for wide receivers.
He did. I mean, the only thing you can really say against him is that he kind of disappeared in the playoffs, but that's really kind of a moot point.
Yeah, but if he disappeared, Josh. I was going to blame Josh Allen, but I can't. I think he had a good playoff.
Josh Allen played amazing.
Yeah, I was going to try to blame him, but I was going to say
too, like even when he disappeared, like what was his name? Gabriel Davis. Mm-hmm. He had like 3 touchdowns against the Chiefs.
Yeah.
So,
well, that's good though.
Stephon Diggs is excellent player. He deserves his money. I'm never mad when a player gets paid.
What do you guys think about what's been going on with Deebo Samuel?
I don't really think there's anything to it.
No, you don't think there's anything special to that?
No, I don't think everything's like the Kyler situation.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I could be wrong. I think it's kind of immature to like go to social media like that. Like if you have a problem, just go to your organization.
That's a problem though. I mean, that's not going to happen these days. You know,
Like legit, just be like, call your agent.
It is because Debo's only got a year left on his deal.
Mm-hmm. So I think he's trying. I think he's trying to pull a Kyler and trying to get the situation, the ball rolling
that way, though.
What's that, Jay? I'm sorry, I cut you off.
I don't think he has to do that, though.
No, I don't think so either. He's so freaking good. He's a Swiss Army knife, you know. Like, I don't want more. I don't want to see more players do this. This is why that's like my issue. I don't want to see more players go to social media.
It is pretty stupid.
Unfollow my team and delete all my photos of my team.
That's a little,
it is pretty stupid.
That's a little prima donna. So, and I don't think San Fran, to be honest, I don't think rolls that way. So, we'll see how it goes.
They have a good operation out there. They know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Like, they're a good organization. Kyle Shanahan's a good coach. John Lynch has proven himself to be a good GM.
Yep.
I just, if it's me and I have a problem, like if I'm riding the bench, I'm going to say, hey, what do I got to do to play more? Not fucking unfollow my fucking team on Instagram because I'm being a pissant.
Yeah.
So whatever.
Jay, what do you think? Real quick here, but then we'll get take a break and then have our next player for Jay's draft for who the Lions should take at number 2. A couple of the mocks have come out this week. Has Kyle Hamilton falling like to mid first round?
It won't happen.
I don't see it happening either. But I'm just shocked.
It's all smoke. It's all smoke.
People even people who do mock drafts and stuff who do more than one.
Yeah.
They even said like they'll change up mock drafts and drop people and rise people based on nothing besides the fact that it'll generate clicks.
I hope.
Like,
I hope
it's what's happened. It's kind of what's happened to Thibodeau. It's prospect fatigue. You hear about the same players in the same spot so often. Like that's nothing new. So they want to shake things up. I guarantee you, Hamilton does not go out of at least the top 10.
Yeah.
Probably not even the top 5.
I agree with that 100%.
I could see even like the Texans taking him at 3. Who knows?
Yeah.
I think I saw what's his name? Spencer Peter what? The one from
Peter Schrager.
Yeah, I saw him. His new one came out today. Had us taking Thibodeau at 2. So we shall see there.
I think the Lions really like Thibodeau. Like, did you hear what Dan Campbell said about him? He said if you watch the tape, he's really special on tape and he's a really gifted player. He said a lot of good things about him.
Interesting. I like that. Good.
Plus, the Lions sent a shit ton of personnel to his pro day, and they have a in-person visit with him before the draft.
I mean, the in-person visit's not a huge deal.
No, but it just adds to
the They had one with Travion Walker this week.
Yeah, I saw that. And
then I think they're also having Nakobe Dean.
Hey, I'm still praying that Trayvon Walker goes number 1.
I am too.
Because it was like somebody made a good point. Peter Schrager actually made a good point today. He said, because McAfee was like, oh, it's a foregone conclusion. It's Hutchinson, right? And he goes, I don't think it's foregone. He goes, because Trent Baalke's kind of a wild card. Because they're like, when he was in San Francisco, he went out and drafted, what's his name? That D end who got in trouble.
The one that did the pot?
No. Alden Smith.
Oh.
He went and drafted Alden Smith in the first round, and everyone was like, what the hell? This is a dumb pick. And then Alden Smith had 18.5 sacks his rookie year.
Yeah.
So they're like, they said he's really like the guy. He's a GM that really likes he doesn't care as much about college production as he does about who's the most gifted athlete.
Oh, then Trayvon Walker's right up his alley.
Mm-hmm. So we'll see what happens with that.
Oh.
And I'm not completely sold they don't take a lineman. So.
Wait, what? Yeah. Say it again?
I'm not 100% sold they don't either.
I'm not sold that they don't take an offensive lineman number 1. I mean, yeah, you franchise tag Cam Robinson, but he's
Mhm.
only guaranteed for this year, and then they can't franchise tag him again.
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
can't you? It just isn't the cost, like, just makes it not feasible.
Yeah.
Right.
All right. So before this Zoom meeting ends, we're gonna stop here, take the break. We'll be right back with second portion, a little bit of NFL talk, and then we'll get into what Jay has for this player. But before that, make sure you guys go to our social medias and lifeless.com. Get that code 380, get 50% off. We'll be right back with our. All right.
There we go.
Hello, YouTube.
Yeah, you double fist him. Grab his dick and twist it. Yeah, grab his dick.
Okay. What? It used to do that. So thank you, Bears, for that there, bud. All right, welcome back to the pod. Hope you guys like the ad break there. Super excited for Life
See,
Fuels.
The problem is you can't tell us not to do something because I almost sent Clark the link
Oh,
to the
please
podcast.
don't. If Clark joins, our career as a podcasters are gone.
We're gonna get canceled by the libs.
Because you had edited out.
Oh yes, but it's live, so it'd be on my Twitch and it'd be on YouTube. So I couldn't edit it out.
So you would just be banned from SHL forever.
Exactly. I would never be able to show my face around SHL ever again.
Tyler goes, "Thank you, Spencer," and I'm like, "For what?" And he goes, "For the grab his dick and twist it."
I had to mute you real quick before you said anything else.
Oh Lord, I love that video. It's a good one.
Yeah,
that's
they're
a funny.
Pretty. I can't say what I was gonna say. It would get people upset.
Yes. We're not here to make people upset.
I mean,
ELE. What was that? ELE, right?
Everybody love everybody.
But I don't love everybody.
All right, before we move to our other stuff, I do want to say I don't completely hate WWE anymore.
Dude, wasn't that dope with Pat McAfee though?
The Pat McAfee match was awesome.
Yeah.
And
he
then
got so cool stunned, man. What a
dream. The whole thing with him getting stunned, the beer, and Vince McMahon being Vince McMahon was pretty funny.
Oh my god. Poor Vince. He's so old.
Hey man, he's 76 and he's still doing like what is that? You strap that belt around your waist. He's with 1,000 pounds on it in the squat machine.
Yep. Yeah. He's still putting in work, man. He's still putting in work.
Also, Dip, you didn't. I'm sure you didn't see it, but I sent it to Spencer. I sent it to the Twitter group. Vince McMahon's grandson committed to Indiana for football today.
Oh, did he?
Yeah,
I didn't know he had.
It's Shane McMahon's son.
I was just about to ask whose son is it because I don't think.
I think Stephanie and Triple H only have daughters.
Yes,
I think they've got 2 or 3 daughters.
Yeah, I think they do have daughters. I know the chat here with the SHLers, they would definitely know. But it was amazing. I only really watch WrestleMania. Let me just straight up. I don't watch wrestling anymore like I used to, right? Oh yeah, agree, Jay. But I don't really watch it anymore. I just watch WrestleMania, maybe the Royal Rumble, but I was too busy not caring for the Royal Rumble. But WrestleMania is so much fun because you get to see all the old wrestlers come out. You know, I mean, Stone Cold came out and stunned everybody. Everybody got stunned. You know, Pat McAfee literally jumped from the ring to the top rope, and
he did a backflip from the rope onto the ring.
And people are like, yeah, he's not in shape. So
no, I mean, if anyone listens to his show, like he said, it's the most in shape he's ever been in his life.
Yeah.
They're training for that, I'm assuming, right?
Yes, yeah.
Well, then who he was wrestling? Who Austin Theory?
Yes, yeah.
He grabbed him and did a backflip with him in his arms.
Yeah. I mean, okay. I mean, everybody knows. I don't know if anybody knows. Spoiler alert, though. Wrestling's not real. Okay. Not real wrestling. Not real wrestling. But yes, it's choreographed. So that's what I'm trying to explain.
There's a script, yes.
I'm trying to explain this to my wife, and she's like, "Well, it's not real." Okay, I know it's not real. But you have to be
like everything they do is still legit, though.
Yeah,
no, they are legit athletes. Like
they're still
Steve Austin getting out there. He had to be in shape for his age.
Yeah, he almost busted his ass coming out up the walkway though. Actually, just can't after smashing 30 beers. But yeah, I mean, you got to be in shape. You got to be in good shape to do all that stuff and last 15, 20 minutes to doing it.
I mean, look at it. The Rock.
That's what she said.
Was a former college football player. Yeah, Roman Reigns, former college football player.
Brock Lesnar, former national title wrestler.
Kurt Angle, former Olympic gold medalist wrestler.
With a broken collarbone, by the way. So
Stone Cold Steve Austin, former college football player.
Well, he did play college ball. I forgot about him.
And these The Rock was a linebacker at Miami, and Roman Reigns was a defensive lineman at Iowa.
And
not from bad schools either.
We may have not seen The Rock if it wasn't for him hurting himself. He would have gone pro. He did go pro, didn't he? But he didn't because he got hurt, or was it he didn't go pro?
I think he tried out for the NFL, but I don't think he ever made.
Right, he got hurt. He was supposed to be drafted. He got hurt, and it never worked out. So if it worked out in the NFL, we might have never seen The Rock. It would have just been some random guy named Dwayne Johnson.
Dewey Johnson.
So shout out to WWE superstars. Still mad John Cena sold out to China and that wasn't there for the WrestleMania, but it's fine. I digress. John Cena, please come back. Stop doing movies that nobody likes.
Hey, Peacemaker is an amazing show.
Is it good?
Yes, it is amazing.
Is it funny?
You cannot watch it with your kids around, but it is amazing.
So it's not a superhero show. I mean, it's not like a kids show.
No.
No. He's DC,
It's
right?
on HBO. It's on HBO Max for a reason.
Does he make fun of Batman and all those guys?
Yes, he makes fun of all the superheroes, but especially Batman and Superman. then at the end he goes hard into Aquaman.
Love it. Love it. So yeah, I mean, yeah, we're nerds, but we're sports nerds. Just, you know what? I'm just a nerd in general now. I don't care anymore.
I like anime.
Yeah.
So Spencer's a weeb.
I'm not.
Hey,
only anime.
I am the weeb. I am an otaku.
What are you watching now, Spencer? Show the fans what anime you're watching.
I'm not actually an otaku. I am kind of a weeb, but not a full weeb. I've been watching JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Okay. Is it good?
Very good. At first I was kind of like, I don't know if I like this, and then about a quarter of the way into the first season, I'm like, this is weird, but this is pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I haven't watched anime since last season of Attack on Titan, and gosh, what is that? High school. What is it? Academia.
High school but I thought you were going to say High School DxD.
DxD, Spencer? No, thank you.
Oh God, no. No, you were talking about My Hero.
You have totally watched that before.
I think everybody has checked out episode 2 of
Dude,
High School DxD.
all I was told was watch the first 5 minutes.
Exactly. That's what Anthony told me.
I was like, all right, fine, I'll watch 5 minutes. And then I was like, okay.
Yeah, Anthony told me 5 minutes. That's all you gotta do. I'm like, okay. And then I'm like, this is anime? Because that's like when I first started watching anime. I didn't really know what it was.
Yeah, that's the definition of a mommy milker anime.
Oh gosh.
Way to make it weird, Spencer.
Yeah, Spencer.
Hey man, there's different categories.
Hey,
and that's what that one is. I'm not
gonna
lie to the viewers.
This would not be the 100th episode if it wasn't weird from Spencer. So
let's get weird.
We appreciate it.
You're welcome. No, JoJo's is good. Attack on Titan, they pissed me off because they decide they're like, oh, it's the final season part 2, and then they're like, JK, final season, final arc comes out in 2023.
See, I'm okay with that. Give me more. I don't care.
Nah, because I'm gonna watch the final episode of this part 2 tonight, and then I'm gonna end up going and reading the manga.
And I guess the manga, according to Anthony, the manga is really good.
Manga is very good.
What?
Tyler in the chat's just yelling boob physics.
All right, that's why we now have a live studio audience.
Which I don't know why. It's amazing.
Yeah, I mean.
There's Dip. I watched another one with Anthony, Cameron, and I had like anime like watch night in Discord.
Yeah.
And we watched Jobless Reincarnation. If anyone likes anime, go watch that. It's very, very good.
All right.
It's about this guy who like dies and gets reincarnated, and like as like a kid, and then he gains his magical powers and shit. It's pretty cool. It's very nice. Much success.
Okay, wait. We're supposed to talk sports. Okay, I'm sorry. This is what happens when you get sidetracked. Okay, sports. Do you guys? Yeah. Okay. Again, welcome back to the second portion. I think, did I say that already? I don't know. Anyway,
yes, you did.
We are already off the rails. Okay. But no, Jay, Spencer, let's get back into a little bit of the NFL.
Ain't no brakes on the Three Idiots train.
And a little bit,
See, Tyler, do you see what you miss with Dip's editing when he cuts out like half the show?
Yeah, I have.
Do you see what you get when you mess with the Warrior?
I love that show so much. I love Scrubs.
Scrubs is good. I want to rewatch
Carla.
You see what you get?
Yeah, I want to rewatch that so bad.
My name is Jonas.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway,
so back to football.
Football.
You guys were saying, Spencer. I kind of want to go back to what you were saying about Aiden Hutchinson's not the for sure number 1 pick.
I think he is. I don't think it's really a question, but that's what Peter Schrager said because of him knowing how Trent Baalke operates. I think if you're at number 1 after his combine and everything, and you don't take him,
I will say something, Spencer, about the Alden Smith thing. It's not like he was really, really freaking good in college too. Like it wasn't that the production wasn't there; it was legal trouble that kept him down, and he still was picked in the top 10.
Yeah. Where do you go to college?
Missouri.
That's right. You're right.
You're right.
No, a guy who never got a shot in the NFL. That it was kind of a sad story. Remember Sean Oakman?
I do not.
That guy from Baylor, that really jacked guy from Baylor.
Yeah.
That in that
he
meme
had legal trouble running up to the draft, didn't he?
So what happened was
did he fail a drug test?
He got wrongfully accused of sexual assault.
Oh, that's right. And wasn't it like in February leading up to the draft too? Like really soon.
Yep. And he was going to be a top like 15 to 20 pick.
Yeah.
And then so no one drafted him. He went through all that shit. It took him like 3 years to get his name cleared, and find out that the girl was lying.
Interesting.
Which is why if you get caught lying about that, you should go to jail yourself.
Well, I mean,
his life got ruined. He lost an opportunity to gain generational wealth.
So I mean, I don't want to get all criminal justice-y on you, but in some states, I do think Michigan is one of them. Lying like that is considered it's you get trouble for it.
It's an offense.
It's an offense, like they say here in Florida. Offense. It's an offense, man. Anyway, but yeah, I mean,
offense.
Yeah, I don't like it. But yeah, I mean, it sucks for the guy have something like that happen to you. But I mean, this draft though. This draft is it considered wide?
Anyway,
is this draft considered deep with wide receivers?
Wide receivers,
for wide receivers, yes. In general, no.
You say no. Why in general?
No, it's deep in general, or for wide receivers, it's not in general.
Why?
It doesn't help that you have that lack of just stud number 1 guy. Also doesn't help that you don't have that glaringly can't miss number one quarterback coming out. Like, I know Malik Willis is considered the number one quarterback by I think pretty much everybody now, but he's not even looked up as highly as Robert Griffin was coming out. Like, he's not looked at a can't miss guy.
Right.
It's just lack of basically generational talent. There's no Chase Young, Joe Burrow, Bosa brothers. I think Hutchinson can be that good, but coming out, it's not like a sure thing as they were.
Right.
So yeah.
You're saying like
plus
the gap kind of is different.
The gap's different, and there's no like elite right out of college talent. Plus the quarterback's like very hit or miss. You have no idea what's going on with it. Like, even I think Zach Wilson would probably be the first pick in the draft this year.
Yeah, I think he
Or
would be too.
not the first pick, but probably the second or the first quarterback taken.
Interesting.
Same with Trey Lance. Like, last year's quarterback class would be a million times better, or considered a million times better than this one.
Mm-hmm.
Really, this one, it's pretty much, at least quarterback wise, is down to Malik Willis and Matt Carroll.
Yeah. And maybe Kenny Pickett, depending on who you talk to.
Yeah, I don't think he'll be a first round pick.
It's good. This class is
Ooh,
just
wait,
weird.
who? Not gonna be a first round pick?
Kenny Pickett.
Kenny Pickett.
I don't know. I think he's, to me, to be honest with me, again, this is me studying other, I mean, Jay, you know, we have been looking at I've been looking at a lot of mock drafts. I know you have, Jay, because Jay and I are part of this offline drafting.
This Discord.
Discord draft.
Drafting.
Me and Jay
That's
are the
been
Lions.
pretty fun.
Yeah, it has. Jay and I are the Lions. And there's other people in it. And shout out to all those people that are there here probably listening right now.
Dip, I want you to give me the power to make picks without consulting you, because I'm about to take this draft into some weird places.
Do it. Go ahead, buddy. It's all yours. Now, after the third round, I am clocked out.
Well, we still have a compensatory third round pick to get through.
Yeah, like 90 something, right? What pick are we at right now?
We're in the 80s.
Okay.
So we'll be picking tomorrow.
Tyler.
I wanted Kenneth Walker the third, but
What
wasn't meant to be. He went like a couple picks after our third round pick, I think.
Okay.
I think I
So
don't remember where he went.
I've studied a lot of it, and I looked at Kenny Pickett's because I was thinking about taking Kenny Pickett. I wanted to talk to Jay about
Captain Baby Hands.
Captain Baby Hands. I wanted to talk to him about taking him in the second round with that first pick, that pick 34, because I think Kenny Pickett would be a great pick because he was still available at the time. But
here's my as longtime listeners know, I like to hype up the Pride of Detroit. They're the SB Nation Detroit Lions group. They have their podcast. They're really good. I listen to them a lot. I'm really like what one of the writers said. In this draft, you take a quarterback 2 or you don't take one at all.
Yeah.
You're either sold on a quarterback at 2 or you're not sold enough, so don't take one for the draft unless like Matt Carroll falls to like the third round or something like that.
Yeah. You don't.
So I don't want Pickett in the second round.
Can't be mad at that. I can't be mad at that. All right. Sorry, I was reading something. I got sidetracked. So with like how the draft is, like how I have been excuse me, looking at the mock drafts, I'm thinking like, okay, so do we go, where do we take is the best spot for a quarterback to go in this draft? Who's the first quarterback off the board?
Malik Willis.
A lot of people are saying Malik Willis. To be honest,
I think, like I said a few minutes ago, I think he's the consensus number one by everybody right now.
To me, it's Kenny Pickett. I think he's the most pro-ready.
He's the most pro-ready. That's true. Obviously, I think Kenny Pickett's my third. I have him behind Malik Willis and Matt Corral. And Willis and Corral, I think you're going to need some time for them to develop, sit behind a guy for a year or two. Pickett's probably the most NFL ready, but I don't think he'll be a star. I don't think he'll ever be a top 10 quarterback. I don't think he'll be top 15. I think maybe he'll have a year or two where he does put up the numbers where he's top 15, but I don't see him as like a top half NFL quarterback or ever getting there.
Spencer, what do you think?
I think Kenny Pickett's most NFL ready, but I agree with Jay.
Okay.
Kurt.
What do you guys think about Evan Neal being named the best player in the draft?
I don't agree with it.
No, I don't either.
I still think like best player right now or going to be the best player.
He's the best player in the draft right now.
No, I still think it's Hutchinson.
He might not even be the best offensive lineman in the draft.
Think Icky
Ekwonu is more athletic. I mean,
he's way more athletic. He's a freak. The only thing Neal has over him is that Neal can play all across the offensive line. He's got experience at Bama at tackle and guard, and that helps, especially for a team like the Jags. But no, I think right now coming into the draft, looking at players right now, skill level, I think it's Hutchinson 1, Hamilton 2, and I'd probably put Neal at 3 right now.
Mm-hmm. Neal at 3, okay. So basically to the Texans, which is something I think is a good idea for the Texans.
See. The Texans, so what they call them today? They're basically an expansion franchise. They got to rebuild it from the ground up
again.
They might have a decent quarterback.
Davis Mills could end up being a very good draft pick. He had a really good second half of the year last year.
Right, there could be. I'm more confident in him than Jalen Hurts.
Yeah,
really.
I've seen more than half a season with Mills than I have with Jalen Hurts.
Wait a minute. You're saying Mills is better than Hurts?
I say I would rather have Mills than Hurts.
Interesting.
Hurts is he's definitely more athletic, maybe more talent, but what I've seen, I would rather have Mills.
I mean, with what Mills had to survive.
It doesn't help that Philly's offense is just, I don't really have words for it. It's not terrible, but I wouldn't call it organized or good. It's kind of
Philly's offense is weird, Jay, because they don't really do anything well.
Right. You've got Miles Sanders, but constantly hurt. You just traded away Zach Ertz. You might have something in Devontae Smith, but we'll see. He had a pretty decent rookie year, but you really don't have anybody else. Meanwhile, your offensive line's getting older. You're basically hinging on your defense to keep the game close and hope Jalen Hurts can win you it, which, I mean, they almost beat Tom Brady and the Patriots last year. That was a pretty interesting game, but I don't know. It pains me because I used to be an Eagles fan, and they've just not great.
They have Dallas Goedert. Come on.
When he's healthy.
Yeah.
True. There's another person who can't stay healthy.
You think they draft a receiver like everybody says they're going to?
Eagles, depending on who's there, I don't think they go back-to-back first-round receivers in 2 years.
They got 2 picks, right? They had 2 or 3. 2,
yes.
Right?
They have 2. I
mean, they need to knock it out of the park because it's been, like you said, Jay. It's been a rough go for them. So they need to definitely knock it out of the park.
I mean, they also need help on defense. Their best pass rusher is like 34, and that's Brandon Graham.
Shout out.
Still Fletcher Cox.
I thought he was leaving.
He can stay healthy.
Did he come back?
They cut him and then re-signed him on
a deal. That's what we thought was going to happen regardless.
Yeah. He didn't want to leave, but I think they talked to him and were like, hey, man, we can't afford you, so we're going to cut you. So Howie Roseman's kind of a kooky dude, so we'll see.
Yeah.
What's the team? I know we still have a couple weeks, but what's like right now, how things like the free agency that's been going on and everything's been shaping up for the draft, and what team the most needs to hit a home run ball here in the first round? in your guys' opinion?
Like, I
Col-
mean, there's a lot of different ways you can phrase that. Like, who needs one to stay competitive for like their division in a playoff race, or somebody who needs to hit it out of the park for their rebuild?
For the rebuild, yeah.
Different things.
Mm-hmm.
I think
Which one are you talking about?
the way I interpret Dip's question is like, who really needs to knock it out of the park to be competitive this year? And I would say, because I keep mentioning Peter Schrager. He mentioned this earlier. He said the Texans kind of have to not mess up number 4. Like they have to hit it out of the park.
I think that's more of a rebuild thing, though.
Yeah, I agree.
And that's their number 3.
Yeah,
the Jets are 4.
And the Jets are 4.
I think if you're a team looking to be competitive, it's every team in the NFC South outside of Tampa and the Vikings. The Vikings have 12 overall.
My answer to this is the Colts.
And
agree, but they don't have a first round pick.
But the Colts don't even have a first though.
No, but they need to knock it out of the park with the rest of the draft.
Yeah, it's hard to do that though when you don't have a first.
I mean, why aren't they? But the thing is, they have so much money.
Like I said,
I'm
going with the Vikings and then I guess the Falcons and Panthers, because if you're the Falcons and Panthers, like the NFC is pretty crap. Tampa's gonna win your division, but you're chasing a wild card.
All right, I like that.
So like Carolina, they gonna go Malik Willis at 6?
Yeah.
Atlanta, are they gonna go receiver at 8?
New Orleans, what are they gonna do at 16 and 19?
Yeah, but one team, I think it's the Vikings, because they're very close to becoming perhaps the basement team in the NFC North in 2 or 3 seasons.
Right.
What about the Green? I mean, okay. What about the Green Bay Packers? Once
No,
Aaron's gone,
I still think, but Aaron just re-upped for 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's gonna be there for 4 years unless he retires, and I don't think he will.
I think he's there at least 2 out of the 4.
Yeah, so I think Green Bay's okay for right now. I think the team that really needs to do well is the Vikings, because you got Kirk Cousins. You should have a top 5 offense. You just don't. And that defense is getting older and you're running out of money. So right now it's pretty make it or break it for you guys.
Yeah, and they're still not paying. Are they paying Dalvin Cook?
Maybe.
I think
I
so.
know they're not paying
he had
Jefferson.
He had his contract. Yeah, he had an extension, I think. Right. It was before Derrick Henry, I do believe.
Yeah, it was a 5-year, $63 million contract.
I think it was either before or after Derrick Henry.
I'm trying to find his annual salary. He makes this year his base salary is $8.3 million.
That's
his
it.
His cap hit is 11.
He's running back. So that makes sense.
That's a lot for a running back.
It is. Yeah.
So I mean, like, that's where their money's going to. Like, you're paying Danielle Hunter, you're paying your running back, you paid Kirk Cousins like a fully guaranteed contract.
Mm-hmm.
So
what, 1 year for $34 million, something like that?
Yeah, or 32. But
you still got to pay Justin Jefferson. You still got to pay Irv Smith. He's looking like he's an up and comer at tight end.
You're currently paying Adam Thielen.
Mm-hmm.
You're paying what? Is it Eric Kendricks?
Yeah,
the linebacker. They're paying him.
Dip's favorite linebacker.
Mm-hmm. This is Dip. This is why the Vikings keep bringing back Patrick Peterson, even though he can't really run anymore.
Yeah, they can't afford anybody else.
Well, they can. They have. I think if you're the Vikings, you either go O-line again or you go secondary in the first round. Because you don't really need any more offensive weapons. I think you're all right. So unless you're going to get another O-lineman to try to protect Cousins, I think you have to go defense.
I like O-lineman, an O-line offensive lineman there at where they are in the draft. I think you can get a good one.
Where are they at? Like low teens?
Yeah. I think it's the Vikings, aren't they? Like
the Vikings are 15? At 12.
Oh, they're at 12?
12.
Oh shit, they could get someone like Trevor Penning from Northern Iowa.
Yeah.
That'd be a good pick for them.
I think an offensive lineman's the way to go for these guys.
I mean, if you can get one of the corners to fall, like I don't think he will. I think Sauce Gardner's going in the top 10.
The pick they did in our mock draft was like the worst pick for them to make.
Yeah, they went. Who'd they go? Jay?
They went Chris Olave.
Yeah, I
love Chris Olave, but you don't need a third receiver.
Yeah, I don't
Who?
like
You
it
really
there.
don't.
What team?
The Vikings.
In our little thing
Yeah.
they picked Chris Olave.
All right, so there's a lot of rumors that the Chargers want to get one of the 2 Ohio State receivers. Do they need a third receiver?
They don't, but that's different.
True. Because they're
They
trying to
need
go
more
for it this
The Chargers are a very high flying offense. Well, Minnesota, I wouldn't say run first, but Dalvin Cook's the most important piece in that offense.
He's the focal point, yeah.
But I mean,
Right.
okay.
Meanwhile,
Oh, go ahead.
the Chargers are very spread it out and let Herbert just throw it. So a third receiver would make a lot of sense there. Not so much in Minnesota.
Right.
Interesting. Yeah,
I think the Chargers get a lineman, but that's just me.
So, moving on to different teams draft talk. Spencer, did you read that Reddit link I shared you like 2 or 3 days ago about the Lions?
I might have.
But for Dip, it was one of the USA articles from the Lions beat writer for USA Today.
Yeah.
He basically broke down what all the beat writers for all the different sites and newspapers are hearing about the Lions. And they basically said Malik Willis is not your guy, that it's basically Thibodeau, Tavion Walker, Kyle Hamilton, with the dark horse being Ahmad Gardner, the cornerback from Cincinnati. They said they like him a lot.
When you brought his name up, I started reading into him, and I did like him. I like what he brings to the table, his position and what he does, and I would like it.
For 3 weeks ago or however long I was convincing people about Derek Stingley Jr. He ran a 4.37 at his pro day yesterday.
What a beast!
Or was it today? I think it was yesterday.
Yesterday.
What a beast!
Yeah. Tyler says Olave to the Steelers.
Again, you've got a lot more pressing issues than wide receiver.
So
you need a quarterback. You really need an offensive line.
Hey, they don't need a quarterback. They got Mitch Trubisky.
I guess Mitch you can keep kicking. I like it too, but he's not going to be your solution long term.
I think Mitch Trubisky is just a way to kick the can down the road.
Yeah, the Steelers making the playoffs with Trubisky kind of ended when Deshaun Watson went to Cleveland.
Yeah. It don't matter. Baker going to beat him out.
Get out of it. Yeah, because he's not going to be able to play.
No, but they might force Baker to fucking play for them while he's suspended.
I love that force him to play as he'll be riding the bench making a shit ton of money.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like if Deshaun's suspended, they might have to play Baker.
We'll see if he gets suspended.
But
the NFL's made it very clear they don't care about sexual abuse.
They don't care about women
or a sexual assault. Yes, they don't care about women. That also works.
So
I beat my wife. I beat my wife.
So let's.
But God forbid you gamble.
Yeah, right. Boy. God forbid you gamble
on your own team. That is the dumbest rule in the history of sports. That's what they got Pete Rose on. Sorry, that set me off.
Pete Rose makes sense. Kind of makes sense. Yeah, I still think that's stupid. It makes sense because he was the manager of the team.
Yeah.
Well, he was betting.
But still, he never bet on them to lose.
Right.
So he wasn't like shit. He wasn't throwing games.
But like Calvin Ridley was hurt when he was betting.
Right.
He wasn't even playing in games.
Right. He bet like $1,500 in 3 separate parlays on his team to win. He did. Someone said the biggest gamble was he bet 1,500 and lost like 8 million.
Right.
Which I think it's stupid. And Roger Goodell's like, well, we're going to make an example of him. And it's like, Roger, make an example of the dude who has 22 civil cases against him.
Right.
Come on. It's not hard. Roger Goodell wasn't even going to suspend Ray Rice after the video came out of him decking his fiance.
On the elevator, yeah. You're right.
They weren't going to suspend Kareem Hunt until that video came out of him decking that white girl in the hallway.
Right. And Tyreek Hill came into the league just fine when he had big time rumors and issues in college.
Oh, yeah. He said, I was boxing my 2-year-old son. That's how he had all those bruises on his face. Tyreek. Okay.
Did Peterson ever get in trouble for beating up his kid?
Yeah, he got. I think he may have got suspended for a couple games.
Thank God he got suspended a couple games and now plays every season.
Yeah.
Thanks. That's awesome. Hitting your kid with a switch.
God, but if I beat my kid, I'm going to jail.
Right.
I don't have a kid, but you know what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Also,
let's
Dip, speaking of kids,
Right.
that thing I said I got your kid.
Yeah.
It is a Chelsea Christian Pulisic uniform.
What?
I got it at Daily Deals for like $10.
Hey.
And they only had children's sizes, and I'm like, you know what? Dip's kid, how old is Hudson?
He's 4.
He's 4. It's made for kids like ages 6 to 8.
There you
so
go.
I figured I'll send it to you now. He'll grow into it.
Heck yeah, he's gonna be a Pulisic fan.
And I know you like Pulisic. I know you like Pulisic.
I love him. I love him. My son, he's my first son. He's my firstborn. Hudson's and he's not my favorite, but he's my first.
He's your
You
boy.
had to be careful for a second.
I did. My wife always says he's your favorite. You want me to spend more time? No, he's my first.
Yeah,
right?
I can't imagine why.
Yeah, he's my first. And
well, one, he can function and do stuff because he's actually like
he's old old enough to watch TV with you.
Exactly.
And kind of understand what's going on.
Right. And he said he wanted to watch the Masters with me, and I'm
nice.
Like, oh,
brave of him, because I don't even want to watch the Masters.
He likes golf.
I hate golf.
What? Hey, I love you, baby. I love you. Mwah, mwah, mwah.
I don't like your impression of me. I'm gonna beat your ass.
Where'd she go? I can't find her. Oh, there she is. Yeah, she's quick.
Next thing you know, we just hear a frying pan go thong.
Let's start a new Zoom meeting real quick, boys.
All right.
Because we're gonna talk about Jay's player, and we'll get out of here.
Oh, just to tease you, it's Aiden Hutchinson.
Let's go. All right, so as we start a new Zoom meeting, I just want to say thank you guys for the 100th episode. Super excited. It's gonna be a long episode this time. It's it's what we do. We like to talk and run our mouths. Go ahead and leave a like on Apple. Go ahead and leave a comment or like whatever on Spotify, on Google Podcast. We're on 6 or 7 streaming services. But Spotify actually surpassed Apple on our view count
Nice.
this time. Yeah, so Spotify is our number 1 right now. Apple has been our number 1 for like 99
Spotify,
episodes.
I need you to get my boy Dip a free account.
Yeah, get your boy a free account because I'm ruining
a free premium account.
No, I really don't care. I overreacted to that just because I was like, God fucking damn it. But now I'm over it now.
Yeah. Hey,
I was dude, I was in my car the other day, off topic, but this is what it is.
This is what it is.
We're in the weeds now anyways.
Yeah. My mom, so I've been driving my mom's truck because my car's dead. Oh, also they call it's like $2,200 to repair it.
Yeah, it's dumb.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm crying inside, but my mom's truck has Apple CarPlay, which I've missed severely.
Oh no.
Since my Malibu. So no, I had Spotify open on my phone, but I was on YouTube listening to a video. And all of a sudden it just kept pausing. And I'm like, what the fuck's going on? So I opened all my I was like, maybe Spotify randomly played. For some reason, when you played Spotify, it was pausing my YouTube.
What?
So I had to close Spotify out on my phone altogether and then open YouTube back up.
Spotify is definitely not meant to share.
No, it's not.
But I mean,
it's the only way they let you share it for free is like home sharing, where you can be on 3 or 4 devices in your own house.
Yep.
So,
all right. Well, Jay, is this the last player?
It is the last player,
and I like how you saved the best for last. This is, I think, week 6 of.
Week 5.
Week 5, excuse me. Week 5 of what Jay has offered to us on a plate.
The draft is in 2 weeks?
In 2 weeks, yep. How that will go down, I will explain it after we're done this, so as we're doing our outro.
Hold on.
Wait, no, it's in 3 weeks.
Okay, good. That's perfect. Never mind. I'll hold
that. Is not well, guess what? As long as I'm still working at Hurley, I'll be off Thursday.
Let's go.
Let's go.
All right, so
So
2024, the draft.
We're going to your house, or I'm going to your house.
If you want to.
Yeah, me too, guys. I'm on my way.
No,
Spencer,
2024,
I missed the
you're
draft
flying your
parties
ass up
at your
here.
Yeah,
house.
2024. I'm flying down. I'm flying up to Detroit, and we're gonna do a draft podcast
Live
illegal-
outside of the Fox Theater on the street.
illegally on the street.
We're not even getting a permit. We're getting arrested.
Yep.
Three
Or-
idiots get arrested.
Go to jail. Straight to jail.
Straight to jail.
Record podcast on sidewalk. Straight to jail.
That's gonna be so sick, though. I can't wait for that.
Oh my god, I'm so excited. I'm going. I already told my wife. I'm going to this. So.
We gotta figure out. I might have to buy season tickets in 2023 just to get access.
Oh,
Is that the only way you can
how
get
you do it?
access?
I think it's one of the only ways to get like pre-access before it goes to the public.
Whatever.
Yeah, that way like you're guaranteed to buy them before they go public.
You can buy four of them for us.
Hey, I'll drop $1,000 on some shitty season tickets. Fucking nosebleeds, and then when I don't go, I'll just sell the tickets. People will buy
There
them.
you go. People will definitely buy them. That's
Be like,
the way to
I
do
got
it.
3 tickets to the line game so I can get their asses
You'd
blown
be
out
that guy
by
with
the
one
Rams.
tooth in your mouth. I got tickets here. Looking for tickets.
Got the dip in the lip.
Yeah, there you go.
All
right, Jay. Jay, tell us why Aiden Hutchinson should be a Lion like I would love.
Because Aiden Hutchinson's the best player in this draft, hands down.
Yep.
Case closed.
That's it.
That's it.
That's
Jay.
it.
That's it, Jay.
But no,
Oh, like Jay, you've come so hard with four other guys, like such good, and I was like, okay, all right. Go ahead, Jay.
so yeah, probably the most pro-ready prospect in the draft. Aiden Hutchinson, not just a power rusher, although that is his go-to move. He's got a good swim move, good spin move. Very good at being deceptive about, is he going to speed rusher or is he going to power rush you? And he doesn't go just one way. He's not like, and a lot of times in college, speed rushers, they'll just try to go around you, like on the outside of you. He mixes up, he'll go outside, inside, very good at disguising what he's going to do. He wasn't just like a one year product. Like he had one Heisman level year. He's been a factor at Michigan since he was not a redshirt freshman, a true freshman. He was just behind some other first round caliber defensive ends at Michigan. I think the combine, I think it surprised a few people. Like his 40 time is where people thought he would be, but like explosiveness, like he had the best, I think, 3-cone drill ever of any defensive end ever. So he's very quick, very fast at moving.
His 3-cone drill was 6.73.
Right, that was a combine record for his position.
Interesting.
Damn.
Like, so he's not. Yeah, people saying he's not as athletic as Thibodeau. Maybe not speed wise, but explosiveness off the line he is, and I think off the line he was faster than Thibodeau was. He's not a physical freak like Tavion Walker is, but he's somebody where with the Lions, who have said this year, Dan Campbell said this offseason, they're going to run more 4-3 and might even change their base to a 4-3. That really, really would help Hutchinson just put his hand in the ground, be that defensive end. And I think he's a guy in the NFL, you could even put D tackle on that 3rd and long formation, that pass rushing formation. You could throw him at D tackle and have him rush there. But yeah, all-time sacks leader in a season for Michigan. Big time motor, makes plays. I think had 3 fumbles this year. He's not afraid to go chase down receivers. You've seen him blown up receiver screens or the little swing routes on running backs. He almost had that deflection against Ohio State on their last touchdown, that little swing pass to Travion Henderson. Like, he's one guy who's always going to give it his all. He has no work ethic issues, questions, stuff like that. The most Dan Campbell player I think that's ever been created.
Oh my gosh, this guy! Oh yeah,
he and Dan Campbell might cause an apocalypse together.
Oh my goodness,
right?
Hands down,
that'd be great.
Hard to say much more about Hutchinson because we all know what he's about. All
Yeah.
three of us have watched him at Michigan his entire career.
Yep.
He's always showed out. This year and he makes players better. David Ajabo was a nobody until about the Wisconsin game when they started double teaming Aiden Hutchinson.
Yep. Anybody listening, we are Michigan homers, but not a reason why we're saying Aiden should go number one. I mean, his stats back up why he should be number one. His work ethic backs up why he should be number one. Go ahead, Jay. Sorry, I said that.
He's also a big time player. He had 3 different games this year where he had 3 sacks.
Yeah.
Washington, Penn State, Ohio State. Penn State and Ohio State might have been their 2 biggest games of the year.
Yep.
And he came to play on the biggest stages he came to play. I know a lot of people knock him because of the Georgia game. Did you watch the Georgia game? They double teamed Hutchinson. They got the ball out quick. They wore him down a lot with running right up the middle, making him chase. Like they had a perfect game plan on how to stop him. And even then I think he was credited with 2 hurried up throws. So he definitely showed up that game. He was PFF's had the best pass rusher grade, most consistent pass rusher in college this year. Like statistically, he was the best pass rusher in college. He's the best complete pass rusher in the draft so far. Maybe people end up having a better career, but to hit the ground running, Hutchinson's your guy. He's the number one. He should be the number 1 pick in the draft. He's right now the best player in the draft. And if he falls into number 2, Balky should be fired.
Balky should be fired just because he's Balky, but I get it. I love that. I love Trent Balky story. Only real men are allowed in the locker room. Jim Harbaugh's great. But okay. No, Jay, I agree with everything you said. I love Aiden Hutchinson. He's definitely, if he's there at 2, he's the pick. There's no question.
Like he had a 36-inch vertical as a 6'7" defensive end.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah, he's nuts. And like it was funny because going into the combine, everyone was like, well, the question is the athleticism. And then he went and had like the most athletic combine he could possibly have.
Right. Like, I mean, a 4.7 isn't an amazing 40 time, but he's 6'7", 260.
Yeah. And I mean, for a DN, for a guy his size, yeah.
I think a lot of combine 40 times this year were thrown off because of how many insane numbers were being put up. Like, I think it throws off like what normal good numbers would be. Just kind of looks pedestrian, and especially when you're considered the number 1 prospect. But
right,
yeah, I agree with that. I mean, he said, like, even on that Pat McAfee show, he said when at the combine, or at the Super Bowl, at the Super Bowl, he's like, yeah, I'm coming to this combine, I'm gonna blow it out of the water. So he was there to work. That's why I love him. He's my first option, as all of you know. I've said this all up from, I think, the Iowa game. I wanted him with us and our team. But I mean, we'll see what happens. I'm hoping Jacksonville takes Thibodeau. Here's one reason why I think Thibodeau. I would rather have Aiden over Thibodeau, is because of that work ethic. Just because I know they said, like, yeah, his work ethic is not the best for Thibodeau, and I still
think that's a lie.
Right. And I like last week. I really love the idea of having a Dan Campbell kind of coach take Thibodeau and mold him into what an NFL player should be. But I'm worried about losing him when his contract's up if we're not like the best team. Like
I don't.
Like, I know not Ndamukong. I don't want to say not Ndamukong and Sue because he stayed for quite a bit, but
like, Sue is different because he never wanted to be in Detroit in the first place.
That, and he had I mean, look at what happened with 97-1. He was always pissed with them, always getting in fights with the media.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you could tell he was on his way out.
Right. And then the Lions offered him the same contract the Dolphins gave him, and he just went to Miami.
Yeah.
So that's what Sue is
I
different.
I don't have fears of Thibodeau just suddenly like, I'm gonna leave.
Getting up and leaving.
No, I don't think that's a concern you should have.
Especially since he's going to be on a rookie contract for the first 5 years of his career. Because I think, isn't it 4 years and then a 5th-year option for guys that high?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I wouldn't worry. Plus, I mean, if he performs to his draft position, the Lions aren't going to let him go. So,
Jay, with this, do you think it's the NFL comparison that I like to look at these guys and see what their comparison is? His comparison for Aiden is Kyle Vanden Bosch. You like that comparison there?
I think he's gonna. It's hard because we've all watched Vanden Bosch play. He played for the Lions, especially when Jim Schwartz took over.
Yep.
He's definitely in the same mold of that power rusher.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and I think even in the NFL, in his best years in Tennessee, Vanden Bosch was still a double-digit sack getter.
I think Hutch is closer to like a Joey Bosa, don't you?
Maybe Bosa, I think.
Maybe Nick
Joey
Bosa
is more. No, he's more closer to Joey than Nick. I mean, Nick's more of the D end, and Bosa's more of that blitzing linebacker. But I think both of them are more athletic than Hutch and have better pass rushing moves coming out. Vanden Bosch is fair. I think he's better than Vanden Bosch though. But if you want to make that as like a basic level comparison, I don't think it's too off the mark there.
Okay.
But I think he'll be better than Kyle Vanden Bosch.
Are you worried that if he doesn't step up to what people are what his ceiling is? Because I mean he has a very high floor, right? His floor is high.
I think he's the highest floor in the draft.
Yeah, and his ceiling
I think that's why he's considered the number one pick. Is he's the safest, really?
Yeah, right. I mean, are you worried that if he does kind of like not perform well there, is he considered a bust if he doesn't perform in 2 years, or is he a guy that has to perform right away?
Well, I mean, guess what do you mean by perform? Is he going to be like a Pro Bowl player? Or is he going to put up decent numbers? Or
I mean, he's rookie. He's going to be rookie of the year.
You want him to be like Myles Garrett?
I want to be Micah Parsons.
He's not going to be Micah Parsons. Micah Parsons had maybe the best defensive rookie season ever.
Yeah, Micah Parsons' rookie season is from a different universe. We've never seen that before.
Absurd.
Yeah,
and I feel very validated for wanting him last year for the Lions.
Oh my gosh, yeah. That's a steal for Dallas, though. At that
right.
9.
I remember pounding Micah Parsons home because I didn't think Penei Sewell would be there at 7.
Yeah. If Penei Sewell went to the Bengals, then that means Jamar Chase would have gone to
the Lions,
the Dolphins,
and then the Lions would have taken Waddle probably.
Maybe, or they might have took Parsons.
Yeah. I'm happy with Penei Sewell.
Oh, I am too.
Yes. Yeah. You have a generational tackle.
You have a perennial all pro guard.
You know what's funny? You look at the draft, last year's draft. Trey Lance probably goes number 1. Zach Wilson probably goes number 1. Jamar Chase might go number 1 in this year's draft. Penei Sewell would definitely be the number 1 pick. Like, you've got basically everybody within like the top 7-8 picks last year would probably be the number 1 pick this year.
Yeah, true.
I find that kind of hilarious.
Yeah. So Jay, with this and Spencer, with this being the last player, I like how Jay. Perfect job. Great job, Jay. Great job with the 5 weeks. That was amazing.
I did like this.
I did like it a lot. Yes. Hopefully next year we're not this low or this high. So with that being said, we saved it to the end. Jay, who is the Lions going to pick at number 2 in your opinion out of those 5 guys?
In my perfect world?
Yep, in a perfect world.
So, well, how about this? In my perfect world, I'll lay you out how I think my top 5 out of those top 5 players, what I think my top 5 would be for number 2 with the Lions.
Okay.
All right. Number 1, Aiden Hutchinson. No BS. He has the highest floor. And it's a little bit of the Michigan fan in me probably, but I just think he's going to be awesome at wherever he goes. I'm really hoping it's Detroit. He doesn't have very many flaws, and the flaws that he does have aren't big ones. Number 2, it's just because personal favorite of mine. It's Kyle Hamilton. I was ribbing Spencer a little bit this week on our messenger group because I found out that according to analytics, that the third highest position in football with the highest WAR is safety, with number 1 and number 2 being quarterback and receiver. So that justifies it even more. I love Kyle Hamilton. I'm not afraid of the 40 numbers. The
I'm
40
not
time
either.
number.
Yeah.
When you look at him, he's such a smart player. He knows where to go. He doesn't bite on play action or double moves or like the choice routes. I love him. Number 3, a very, very close behind Kyle Hamilton. I don't think there's a big gap at all between these 3. It's Thibodeau. I think he could end up being a better pass rusher than Hutchinson. That would not surprise me. I just think he's got more flaws to work on than Hutch and Hamilton do, but I think he'll be a damn good player wherever he goes as well. 4, Malik Willis. I'm just not sold on him. You go back and you look at dual threat quarterbacks. Lamar Jackson, he's won an MVP, but he's won what? 1 playoff game, if that? You've got Robert Griffin III. He had a great rookie year till he blew his leg out and then looked like he was coming back, then blew it out again.
He was throwing dimes in the Senior Bowl, I think it was.
Right. You had Michael Vick. Maybe the best athlete to ever play in the NFL. Never made a Super Bowl. And he made the NFC Championship once. Donovan McNabb, another kind of I don't know if you call him dual threat, but he
beginning of his
definitely
career,
had athletic ability.
Yeah, he did. It was there.
Yeah, he made 4 straight NFC championships and a Super Bowl, but he had the best offensive coach maybe of all time coaching him as his head coach.
Yeah,
true.
Like these dual threat quarterbacks, they just don't seem to pan out for whatever reason. They put up great numbers and they're really fun to watch, but they just haven't won anything. And maybe that's due to Tom Brady taking over the league his entire career. But I mean, it just hasn't happened. And I wouldn't put the number 2 pick on having that happen. Although I love him. Dude has a massive talent. When you listen to his interviews, he's very humble, yet got those leadership qualities. Whoever drafts him, their city's going to love him.
Mm-hmm.
And he's definitely going to be a player that I'm going to be rooting for his entire career. He's an awesome guy, but don't think I want him here in Detroit at number 2.
Yeah.
And then way down at number 5 is Derek Stingley Jr. After I made the case for him, he started to fall off and started going into like the 20s in mock drafts. So he's an athlete and a pretty decent corner, but he's not even the number 1 corner in this draft. So
yeah.
I only did that because he was like the only other option I've ever seen in a mock draft outside of those 4. So
yeah. So people here that are watching for the first time, if it's your welcome. So we did 5 weeks of players that Jay has seen flirting around, has been mentioned that was being drafted by Detroit at number 2. So Willis was there and a couple mock drafts at the beginning of this. Stingley,
a lot of them, actually.
Yeah, a lot of them. Okay, Stingley was there at number 2. Spencer and I shut that down real quick. I know Jay deep down wanted to shut it down real quick, but he had to play the part. He did a good
there's
job.
Nobody else.
He did a good job.
I mean, now there's Travion Walker, and I think I've even seen some people put Sauce Gardner up to us at 2 now.
So Jay, with that, I wanted to ask, now that the 5 are gone, is there anybody that was not on the 5 that you wanted? Because you said you had a couple honorable mentions.
Yeah, that was way back before I did more in like one of them would have been N'Kobe Dean, but then I actually looked into him
Uh,
and I don't want him I don't think he'll be in the top 10. I think he's fallen a lot and for decent reason. There's a lot of concerns with Dean with him not running the 40 time. People are starting to question, well, like, did he not run because he's scared and he knows he's not as fast as we believe him to be?
uh-huh.
Kirby Smart, the head coach of Georgia, said he was going through a pectoral strain, but I mean, he's not going to throw his player under the bus, so I don't
Of
know if you
course
can
not.
believe him.
Of course not.
And he's honestly not a great run defender. Which that's I think a lot of people's biggest weakness is like he had the second best in the SEC in run defense according to PFF, and if you want a guy top 10, he's got to be number one. Obviously, I would love Dean at number two. I'd also love Devin Lloyd at number two, or not number two, 32.
Yeah, yeah.
Dean and Lloyd at 32. Lloyd being the linebacker from Utah. I've watched like 3 Utah games this year, both Oregon games and the Ohio State game. Dude's everywhere.
I know,
Dude's
Spencer.
ridiculous.
Spencer was the one that brought his name up, and when he brought his name up, I'm like, I'm gonna look at this guy, and he's a beast, man.
If he's there, if him or Dean's there at 32, that has to be the pick, unless Olave or Wilson or Drake London staring
You
you at
said
the
Devin
face.
Lloyd.
Yeah,
Devin Lloyd, yeah.
Devin Lloyd is probably the best linebacker in the class.
Yeah, dude's
it's
nuts.
It's him and N'Kobe Dean, and I don't think it's really close otherwise. The guy from
really
LSU was up there, but he got hurt.
Right. I also like who's projected a second round pick, Leo Chanel from Wisconsin.
Yes, he had a great combine.
I think he'll be a pretty good player. I would not, if Lions don't go linebacker at 32, I wouldn't mind him at 34.
Yeah.
interesting.
And then there's always that player in that draft who falls a lot farther than where people think he is. I wonder who it's going to be this year.
I think it's gonna be a quarterback.
I mean, at this point, though, the only surefire first round quarterback's Malik Willis. Like Pickett's not a sure thing. Corral's not a sure thing. God, I don't even know who's after them. I've seen Desmond Riddler go a lot to the Lions at 32. I like Riddler. I don't want him at 32. I don't want him at 34 either.
Now riddle me this, Dan Campbell.
Imagine. I don't want Riddler, whatever.
It's Ritter.
Whatever.
Yeah, I threw an L in there to be funny.
It's Desmond Ritter. Yeah, I know what you're doing.
I don't want him. I don't think he's good.
The thing I like about Desmond Ritter, sorry to cut you off,
You're
but
good.
he's played a lot of football and he's a winner.
He's a winner at Cincinnati.
He got Cincinnati to the damn playoff.
At Cincinnati.
Come on.
Cincinnati made the playoffs, so the playoff selection committee said, here, we gave a non-power 5 team a chance and they blew it.
At Cincinnati.
Never expect one ever again.
No, they weren't even going to make it if Oklahoma State would have won.
Exactly.
Right.
So,
but I mean, I like Desmond Ritter. Honestly, the only quarterback I think I would take that if they fell to 32, and this is me because I like him, is Kenny Pickett.
I still want it.
That's the only one I would if he fell, but I still like if there's other players there that fit what I need more. I'm going with other than, but like you said, Jay, you're either taking.
Here's the I'll let you continue with that.
I was gonna say you're either taking a QB at 2 or you're not taking one. That's the
right.
way it's got to be.
And I'll say this about just the Lions and Pickett specifically. You kind of almost don't want to take the most NFL ready guy when you know Goff's got another year or two.
Yeah.
You don't need the most NFL ready guy. If you're taking a quarterback, might as well be the most talented one.
And that's why I want
Dan Campbell and Holmes are sticking with Goff for at least another year. I would not be surprised if he plays out his entire contract here in Detroit.
Yeah, and that's why I like Coral from Ole Miss. In the third round. Yeah, Corral. So it's Coral. Yeah, spelled Coral.
I don't think he'll make the third round.
You don't think so?
I think he's not good. I don't think he gets out. If he doesn't go like late first, I think he doesn't get out of the second.
No, I think Matt Corral. Damn it, Dip, you got me going.
Sorry.
Corral, I think he'd be an interesting pick for Pittsburgh if they wanted to go quarterback.
If they wait a little bit, you mean?
Well, no, even in the first round, you have 2 seasons of Trubisky. Let him heal up. Let him learn the offense. I don't think that'd be a bad pick.
You
I
waste the
think it
first
would be
round on
better
him,
than
though?
picking. I think you could. I mean, I think you would rather have a defense or offensive line at that pick, but I wouldn't hate it.
Yeah.
And plus, they play in a very run-heavy offense that takes stress off the quarterback. Throw in some RPOs like you had in Ole Miss. You got the receivers. You got Freiermuth.
Yeah.
Obviously, you got Najee. It's a pretty good, pretty solid offense there in Pittsburgh. You just need the O-line. But if you wanted to go Corral, I think you're right back in the playoff contention in 2 or 3 years.
Interesting.
Just so you guys know, Shohei Ohtani struck out 9 people in his opening day start today.
Of course he did.
He's a monster.
But he also left the game down by a run. We call that a DeGrom.
Oh.
But Spencer, I thought the Angels, according to Thor, was better than the Dodgers.
I don't make the rules, man.
God, I hate the Angels.
Really?
Yep, just sitting here wasting 2 generational talents.
Oof. Yeah, that's what they're saying.
Their owner's such a fucking scumbag.
At least when the Lions had generational talents, at least they made the playoffs.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the reason that he's losing... Oh, wait, never mind. Who the fuck has the hit? They're getting 1 hit through 5 innings.
Oof.
And the 1 hit belongs to...
Not Mike Trout.
It's not. It's some guy named Duffy. He plays second base.
Oh. All right. Well, with that, Spencer, Jay rests his case. Thank you guys for sitting here through this. This is going to be an hour and about 45-minute episode. Going to edit it down, try to get down to 1:30. Our bigger episodes don't tend to blow up, but this one's 100th episode. We got to do something big.
Fairweather fans.
Because who's going to listen to an hour and a half of us talk?
That's true.
My brothers in Christ, I don't even listen to us talk for that long.
I can't.
I don't either.
I
don't
can't.
listen to our podcasts.
I don't either.
I usually usually click on it a few times to give it some views, but I can't. I don't listen to the whole thing.
No, I can't.
The main reason is I don't like listening to myself talk.
Yeah.
Oh, me too. I hate my voice.
But something came out,
especially played back.
Something came out saying that Spencer's voice was better, Jay's voice was second, and mine was fucking last. Thanks, guys.
The people have spoken.
All right, from now on, I'll help you out. I'll start talking like guests.
There you go.
Please don't.
Yeah, please don't. All right. Anyway, go ahead. Go over to lifefuels.com. Use the code 3idiots. The number 3 idiots. Use the code at checkout. Get 15% off your entire purchase. Go to our social medias. Hit that follow button. The 100th episode's out. I have been talking to a buddy of mine that creates creates logos and stuff. Maybe getting a 100 episode t-shirt out there for a lucky fan. We'll do like a Twitter giveaway or something like that. So be sure to look out on that. And then next week, we're going to have a special guest, Cameron. I'm excited for Cam to come on. He's super hyped. He's been waiting for us to ask him to come on. Because baseball's here. We have opening day today. Tigers play tomorrow. Go Tigers.
Get your anti-Yankees material ready.
Yeah, if you're not
I'm gonna be locked and loaded.
If you're a Yankees fan, do not come to this episode next week because we are going to eat Cameron alive.
I will say this though, like if you follow Cam on Twitter, he's very, very mad at Brian Cashman right now.
Yeah,
Spencer, there's gonna be a lot of Garrett Cole slander next week, isn't there?
I'm not gonna slander Garrett Cole that much because didn't he win the Cy Young last year? Or he was close.
Yes, but what happened when it really mattered? He self-destructed.
He did not pitch well in the playoffs. He also cried a lot about the pine tar not being able to be used for pitchers.
Just like Aroldis Chapman. It's almost like all the good pitchers on the Yankees cheat their asses off.
It's almost like the Yankees cried about the Astros cheating them out of a World Series, even though the Yankees did it first and just didn't get caught first.
Yeah, they really opened Pandora's box with that one, didn't they?
I'm
Yep.
Ron Burgundy.
I'm in a glass case of emotion. But yeah,
I love how like the Dodgers, Yankees, and Boston were the biggest ones crying, and it blew back on the Yankees and Red Sox really bad too.
it really did.
you-
I mean, shit. The Red Sox fired their manager
Yeah.
and
Real
then had to
quick,
bring him back.
Real quick, did you see the new implements baseball's bringing in to stop sign stealing? The
Yes,
little electric armband thing.
I
Little,
do
yeah,
like
the
that.
device.
I like it.
I think that's really cool.
Yeah, I mean, it's basically the same concept as like a headset and a helmet.
Right.
So I like it.
Like it a lot.
Hey, I like it, Picasso.
So, yeah. All right. Well, I mean, that's all we have here. Go to lifefields.com. Like I said, get that code at the end there at your checkout. Words are hard right now. It's midnight. So go ahead and do that. We appreciate you guys for 2 great seasons. Next week, season 3 starts of episode 1 with the special guest Cameron. Super excited to have you on, Cam. Ready to talk some baseball. It is baseball season. We still have a little bit of football talk. I want to pick Cam's football information. He's been, I know he has some good information too. Yankees suck. Gotta get ready for that. Yankees suck and the Yankees suck. All right.
Also, we should we'll try to get Steve on soon because he's a big Tigers guy.
Yes, I want Steve on soon as well. We have
Travis texted me